think people should know that
Yes.
you just voted to give yourself a raise, and the hearing on that is going to be March 1st at 6:30 p.m.
We're speaking on the resolutions, not on stuff on first reading. I understand you want to editorialize right now, but we're speaking on the resolutions.
Right, well, you didn't speak to that ordinance when you passed it, you didn't say what you were doing, so I'm just
No,
being
we're on
clear.
first reading.
So everybody knows that you voted to give yourself a raise.
Mr. Credible, do you have anything on the resolutions?
Okay, I just want people to know that the priorities that they're bringing to you tonight aren't on this agenda, but you've put
Mr.
your own raise on
Credible,
this agenda.
Mr. Credible,
And
we're speaking on the resolution.
isn't it true that the council used to have twice as many meetings before your time?
I wasn't here during that time, before my.
Before one of the old timers tell us?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, okay. Now, so you just voted to give yourselves a raise, even though you don't have
That's not
4
true.
meetings a month?
That's not true.
Did you vote to give yourself a raise tonight?
Well, we're on first, it's still on first reading. We won't be discussing anything on first reading.
And can you just tell us how big of a raise is going to be on that agenda?
No.
No, it's a secret raise. You're going to give yourself
Well,
a
first of
secret
all,
raise.
okay.
Okay. No, let's move on. People can take that at face value. You're not willing to admit how much you want to pay yourself. Is it possible that Mr. O'Rourke just threw out the results because they were a violation? Since he later pled guilty to falsifying records, wouldn't that be something?
We can't hear, we just can't hear. We're getting a lot of feedback in the room.
Sorry.
Okay. Does anybody, 2007, that was before mine. We don't have a comment on the 2007 violation. Your time is up. Thank you.
Okay, well, hold on.
Mr. Credible,
No,
everybody's been respectful.
I know people need...
Everybody has been
Okay,
respectful.
well, I just want to point out that Edward O'Rourke
Mr.
pled
Credible,
guilty to
Mr.
public
Credible,
corruption
can you just go
for
back?
falsifying records
Mr.
related
Credible,
to the
everybody
quality
has
of the
been
drinking
respectful.
water.
Everybody's been respectful of their 5 minutes.
I'd be happy to get to the
I'd
back
be
of the
happy
line
if
if
you
you'll
would just
let
yield
me
the
speak
microphone
again.
right
Will you let me speak?
I'd be happy if you yield the microphone and give everybody else a chance to
Well,
talk.
I want you to earn your raise, sir.
Thank you.
I gotta be honest with you. You do work for us. Will you hear me out? I got
Mr.
more than
Credible,
5 minutes worth of questions. I'd be happy to let the folks go.
You're out of
If
order.
you let me speak.
You are out of order right now. You're out of order. You are out of order. You're out of order.
Mr. Anderson, and it seems like...
Mr. Credible. Excuse me, we're out of order. He is out of order.
Most of us here, I think
Excuse
that
me,
most of
he
us
can go to the back of the
citizens
line.
would like
Excuse me,
somebody
sir.
who's done some
Excuse me.
research to be
Excuse
able
me.
to
He
speak.
is out of
He's
order.
a citizen. Let him speak. We're citizens.
We have a 5-minute, we have a rule for order, sir. Please do not speak up. If you want to talk, you can come to the microphone.
I mean, I'd like Charlie to talk because.
But right now, Charlie has had his 5 minutes.
I agree with the president.
Charlie has had his 5 minutes. Can you please go? Please have a seat.
Back in the line.
Can I give him 2 more minutes?
You are no more important than the people behind you.
I agree, and I'll get in the back of the line. I hope you'll let me speak. All right. Mr. President, I have some questions.
Mr. Credible, you can field the questions afterwards. You already know, you've been here, you've been here longer than everybody else. There's a motion on the floor already.
I think there's folks who might want to hear about the city's water quality violations and the six-figure fines that the city has incurred.
Council Vice President
You only meet
Anderson.
twice a month.
Councilmember
You only meet
Egan.
twice a month. And you want to give yourself a raise.
Councilmember
You want to give
Escobar.
yourself a raise. You can't stay here past 9:15 at night.
Council
Mr.
President
Egan shows
Clement.
open contempt for the public throughout the meeting. Mr.
Number 3, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinance of the City of New Brunswick, Title II, Administration and Personnel, reference council members' compensation. Anybody from the public like to speak on this ordinance? Please step forward with your name and address.
So, first question, whose idea was this?
Went through organically.
Seriously, whose idea was this?
Seriously enough, what I'm saying.
What's the motivation for this?
There is no motivation for this.
Then why are you passing?
Why are we passing?
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead and speak what you're going to say. Then we'll talk after.
Okay, so you haven't told us whose idea it was, you won't tell us what your motivation is. What research, if any, was conducted to support these raises?
To support the compensation?
Yes,
or
you're giving
the
yourself
stipend?
raises.
I'm sorry.
You're giving yourself raises.
Giving ourselves raises. First of all, I think I can say, if anybody else wants to talk. First of all, I can look on myself from what we look towards. We can look at 1995, which was the last time that the council stipend went up, as if we're not, first of all, I can speak for myself, I don't know if I speak for everybody else. This wasn't to enrich anybody, or it wasn't to make any money, because we don't do this to make money. We do this to serve people, and if we were enriching, if I wanted to enrich myself and make more money, I would be doing something else. So, first of all, that characterization is not correct. Second of all, if you would just oblige me for a second. Can you hold something for me? Well, teach you for me. 1995. Can everybody see this? This is 1995. You receive councilperson's salary in 1990. I had my students make this. This might be a little bit crude, but still. You receive councilperson's salary in 1990. I had my students make this. This might be a little bit crude, but still. I had my students make this. This might be a little bit crude, but still. I had my students make this. This might be a little bit crude, but still. 1995, councilperson's salary was $9,000. Council president's compensation was $9,500. Which is equivalent to $293 bi-weekly, which is equivalent to $146 per week for the president, or $155 per week for the council members. 1995, cost of a new home was $158,700. Cost of a new car was $8,000. Minimum wage was $4.25. Median income was $34,076. Cost of a first-class stamp, which we don't use anymore, is 32 cents. Cost of a regular gallon of gas was $1.15. Cost of a dozen eggs was $1.16, and cost of a gallon of milk was $2.96. Can you flip to the next one, please? Just in case we didn't do the research on this. In 2017, council members' compensation is still $9,000. Council president's compensation is $9,500, which is equivalent to $293 times bi-weekly, or $146,925. Or $310, or $155 per week, which is still from 22 years ago. Average cost of a home now is $260,000. Average cost of a new car, $23,000. Minimum wage is $8.44. Medium household income, $55,775. Cost of gas right now, because we went down a little bit, $2.15. Dozen of eggs, $2.94. Cost of a gallon of milk is $3.19. Can you flip to the next one, please? Our proposed compensation, which they've said we're trying to enrich ourselves. 2017, $11,000. 2019, $12,500. 2019, $14,000 for 2021. That means a council person, $10,500. 2017, $12,000, and 2021, $13,000, which means $360 bi-weekly, or approximately $190 for members, or $178 weekly, which means the president would get $421, which I will not be president in 2019, or approximately $210 a week, $409 bi-weekly, or $195 per week. The differential in 4 years, the differential, first of all, this year, in which we're trying to enrich ourselves, would be $35. $35 raise this year for 22 years, excuse me. 2019, $55, 2021, $89. 2017 for members, 32 big ones, $49 and $79. Now, since we're trying to enrich ourselves, what you've said, I need to see this because I had to put a new one up, one for one of my students. We asked for, we have no office space, no gas allowance, no phone allowance, no mails, no vehicles, no health care, etc., and we're on call 24 hours a day at any time in between meetings. And contrary to what people would say, we do more than come to meetings twice a week. We are on call all the time. When it snows, we go out and make sure streets are clean. When people call us, we make sure. If there's a fire issue, we go out there. So I would say that it is false to say that we are enriching ourselves with this, and yes, we have done the research. Thank you very much.
Just want to clarify one remark. You said that the research that was done by your students in public school?
No. I said the crude cardboard cutouts were done by my students.
Okay, but the research was done by who?
It was done.
The research.
I'm sorry, I don't ask you where you get your research from. And as I said, I don't ask him where he gets his research from. And yes, I have done the research. According, I have done the research.
So you did?
I have done the research. Okay, can you please not talk up? If you want to talk, can you please come to the microphone?
Since you are asking for a raise, I'm just asking what kind of accountability you guys have. If, for instance, somebody was aware that a council member, got in somebody's face and cursed them out after a meeting, who would be the best person to take that complaint?
Like you said, let's talk hypothetically. Everybody at this table we're council members, but we're not statues. Some people think that we're statues where we sit still and at any time anybody can take a crap on it and we keep on moving. At the time that the council meeting stopped, we are still citizens. So if somebody does something to provoke, and I tell you right now, if I'm out with my family, if I'm with if I'm out after a meeting and something happens like that, I'm going to take appropriate action. What I got to do to defend myself, defend my family. There are some people that will look for a confrontation just to have a confrontation. And sometimes we got to be thick-skinned, and sometimes people have to be thick-skinned enough to say, okay, you had a disagreement, and then because you didn't agree or you got your feelings hurt, then all of a sudden we want that member removed. But people can curse at us. We've had members had stuff left at their houses. We've had cars vandalized. But nobody says that. Everybody's, okay, that's all right. We're supposed to take that because we're members of the public and we're council members. We got to have thick skin just like everybody else, especially if somebody provokes you. And especially after a meeting. I can see there's public decorum within a meeting, but we are still citizens just like you. You say that you are a editor of a paper and you're a citizen. We're council members and we're citizens also.
Okay, well, I'm saying that there's no accountability measures if offhand nobody knows where to file a complaint. It means that there's no procedure. So I would like to file a complaint because Councilman Egan's behavior at the last meeting and after the last meeting was sadly an embarrassment.
So technically, you work 2 hours each week, bi-weekly. That's $150 an hour. I know that it was cute what you did, and I was gonna miss it. It was cute. He give him a round of applause for what you put together. It was cute. But technically, by record, constitutionally, you only work 2 hours bi-weekly. And you get $300 for those 2 hours. So that's $150 an hour. And you're getting a raise, so you make good money. So technically, you make $150 an hour.
No, if I made $150 an hour, I would be doing
a
different car.
Listen. Listen. You can have your own opinion, but you can't have your own facts.
And I also wanted to bring up some concern about the insinuation to Mr. Cadaville that the council is basically subject to the same etiquette as...
Can you stick with the compensation?
Yeah, but this
You can come back during public
this
portion.
was the answer to his question, which was revolving around the same ordinance, and it's about pay, because if you get paid more, then you have more responsibility. And that includes accountability, behavior, etiquette in public meetings, and before and after immediately. And I understand, I totally agree with you that you're people, you're human beings, we all have emotions, we all react to things, but I'm concerned that you're saying that you are not to be held to a higher standard than the average citizen. We can't always control our emotions, but as a teacher, I have to control my emotions more than the average person does. A council member has to control their emotions more than the average person does. So if you're expecting a higher pay, then you need to act at a higher standard. That's all. Thanks.
So I'm asking you, and I'm asking the city council to consider that the image that you represent for all of us, you represent us. So the moment that you acting in the way that many of you guys are acting, is very respectful for the things that we believe that city councils are for. We respect you, and I'm expecting you to respect us as well.
I believe that 100% are you right? No. Do I believe Mr. Tribal brings up some good points? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's a body of work. And I believe the body of work that this council puts out deserves a raise, because there's two things in a spiritual sense that goes to more than money. First of all, money is time, and time is money. And every one of these gentlemen could be making more money right now at their respective jobs at any given time, because they bill out real big bills, okay? So whether they make the right decision or the wrong decision, they live with that, not us. And us taxpayers, I think, should support who we elect, and if we don't like them, we don't elect them. And I support their funding.
I do think that there was a big problem with you guys giving yourselves basically retroactive raises. I also think that the ethical thing to do would have been to have any raises that are passed take effect after the next election. That's common practice to avoid this very type of self-enrichment, or at least the appearance of it, and I think that's what should have been done.